Hello and welcome to Kansas. We are on our final race. We are on our final race of the round of 12. After today's race, we will eliminate 4 drivers and our final 8 will be set. 16 drivers came into this chase. 4 were eliminated a couple days ago at Dover. And here we are at Kansas for our second elimination race. Gonna get rid of 4 more and decide the 8 drivers that will battle for a spot in the championship 4. Qualifying going underway. It is Franklin fastest after the first lap, still 1 lap to go. And Yates will end up starting on the pole with McGucky in second, Franklin third, Lacko fourth, Helmenthaler fifth, Knifley sixth, Turner seventh, Coatney eighth, Smith ninth, Kagzinski 10th. How about all chase drivers starting in the top 10? Our other 2 that we did not mention. Miller starting in 11th, in 12th, and Simeon all the way back in 26th. So Simeon with work to do, whereas everyone else starting in the top 12. All chase drivers in the top 10. And interesting to see Yates on the pole and Franklin behind them and behind him.
Drivers, to your car.
When we show you the points, you'll see that those teammates are in trouble of advancing. Yates and Franklin currently both below the bubble and by over 20 points. We'll show you the points in a minute because they are close everywhere except for the bubble. There's a big gap between the guy on the bubble and the guy right below the bubble. 21 points is the gap. With Yates starting, he is the one right below the bubble. Yates starting on the pole. The stages will be very critical. We saw how critical the stages were at Dover, decided who advances and who doesn't. And here we come to the green, Yates on the pole, coming to the green at Kansas. 4 will be eliminated today. Green flag in the air. Yates gonna lead the first lap, McGuckian up to second, and Lacko third. Stages today will be laps 25, 50, and 81. Here comes McGuckian right behind Yates. And Lacko right behind the 23 car. Meanwhile, for fourth, teammates battling Knifley and Franklin. Knifley, nice run on the outside. And here comes McGuckian for the lead with Lacko right behind him. And the 23 will take it. Lacko second, looking for second. And Yates is going to fall down to third. Battling for the 5th spot is Franklin and Turner. We'll show you the points now. Turner gets by. Teammates now for 7th. That is Smith and Helmenthaler. And Smith also going to get by Franklin. Franklin falls to 7th, and you see the points. And I correct myself, it is Kaczynski right below the bubble. But Yates 23 points out. Lacko pressuring that 23 car for the lead. Helmenthaler falling, he's now outside of the top 10. Miller, the only chase driver who finished in the top 10 yesterday at Talladega, he finished second. Second to Benjamin, who got his first win of the season, breaking a long winless streak. He was our 14th different winner this season. Looking back at Simeon, he's 25th, and he's 27 points out of the bubble. That 2 car really in big danger right here. Gonna need a miracle to happen if he's going to advance. Reaching speeds of over 200 miles per hour at this track. Got one car smoking, that's Powers in the 17. Running his final season. See what happened to him. He was running 32nd, and then engine just goes away right in front of Bywater. Everyone gets by, and Powers retires from the race. So all chase drivers except for Simeon running in the top 11. Highest running non-chaser would go all the way back to 12th, which is Schenk, who was eliminated in the last round. Teammates battling for 3rd. Knifley is the only one locked in with a win. He got that win at Las Vegas 2 days ago. Knifley hangs on to 3rd. Or, I'm sorry, Yates hangs on to 3rd. So Smith is who Yates and Kaczynski are battling. As of now, Yates currently 3 positions ahead of the 6th car. That's only worth 3 points. He needs to make up 23. Stage points will come in very handy. The winner of the stage will get 10 points, with 2nd getting 9, 3rd getting 8th, and so on down to 10th getting 1. And also a playoff point for the stage winner, 5 playoff points for the race winner, which will come into effect in the round of 8 if they advance, which will be very critical in the next round. However, as we saw Knifley get by Yates for 3rd, This is the last race of the season where earning playoff points is a part of the game. Playoff points still will be earned. Battle for fourth, playoff points still will be earned after today. However, there will be no use in those new points, as they cannot be used at Homestead. Once we get down to 8, drivers will reset to 4,000 points plus however many playoff points they have, and that number of points is how many points of an advantage they will have in the round of 8 on their journey to try to make the championship 4. Well, Yates has fallen to 4th, and we've been seeing Turner battling that 5 car. Turner trying to get by Yates for the 4th spot, and looks like he does. And now they're side by side for 5th, Smith and Yates. And Smith's going to get by the 5 car, put him in the top 5. Smith is right on the bubble. Can't have a bad race today. Doing good so far in the top 5 with 8 laps to go in stage 1. Continues to be McGuckian leading with Lacko in 2nd. That's Coatney in the 78 currently running 9th, looking good to make the round of 8. Coatney has had a really good season compared to his past couple seasons. Got a win at Darlington not too long ago. And has been really doing strong in these 6 races. Four Hendrick cars started this chase. One of them was eliminated in the last round, and we might see 2 more eliminated this round unless something can happen. Franklin and Yates in danger. Knifely, the other Hendrick car, is the only one locked into the round of 8. He got a win at Las Vegas 2 days ago. Currently running 3rd. Four laps to go in stage 1. McGuckian dominating this race so far. Started 2nd, took the lead early from Yates, who started on the pole. He's now in 6th. And that 5 car's been going nowhere but backwards since the start of the race. Battle for 10th. This is a battle for points in the first stage. Top 10 will get points. Coatney currently in 9th. Otto Manelli now in the 10th spot, who was eliminated in the round of 16. Been a while since that 14-1. He won the championship in season 7, but has only won 1 race since then, which came at Sonoma last season. Coming to complete stage 1 here. McGuckian is going to win the stage. Lacko second. Knifley third. Turner fourth. Smith fifth. Yates sixth. Kaczynski seventh. Franklin eighth. Coatney ninth. And Otto Manelli 10th. Here comes Smith onto pit road. Franklin pitting as well, right as we complete stage 1. Coatney also on. It's going to be 4 tires for Smith. He gets off. Franklin and Coatney finishing their stops. Here comes McGuckie in the stage 1 winner. Near contact between him and his 48. McGuckie and Knifley, Turner, Kaczynski, Yates, Miller, Helmenthaler on pit road now. Most of our chase drivers. Quick stop for McGuckian. Yates a little bit slow, but he finally gets off. Here comes Lacko. Whoa, almost collision between him and his teammate. Might have been a slow stop for the 11. We'll check on that. Quick stop for the 20. McGuckian passes a 20. He's going to cycle out as the leader. Lacko second. Still getting up to speed. Smith in third. Knifley fourth. Turner fifth. Kaczynski sixth. Franklin seventh. Yates has fallen to eighth. Schenk ninth. And Coatney 10th. Talked about Miller. He's fallen to, we'll find out what place he's in as he gets to the line. Miller back in 18th. Did not earn any points in stage 1. Came into this race with a 40-point cushion. There's Simeon currently now in 19th. He's been moving up, but it's going to have to move up a lot more. He might have to win this race if he's going to have a chance at advancing. Teammates Turner and Smith, or I'm sorry, Lacko and Smith right on each other. Smith going inside, looking for second. McGuckian, meanwhile, with a 3-second lead. Smith gets by for second. 23 car working through lap cars. Kaczynski right below the bubble. He's running 6th, but is going to have to perform better than that, especially with Smith running 2nd. But one driver we are a little worried about is Miller. He has a 40-point gap. But that can shrink in an entire race. In just one race, he did not earn any points in stage 1. Not looking like he's going to earn any in stage 2 either. and it's going to rely on his finishing position. Lap car Krebs in front of Knifley and Turner, running 4th and 5th. It's going to allow Turner to go to the inside and make it 3 wide. And Turner will take the 4th spot from Knifley. McGuckian, he earned 1 playoff point that will help him in the round of 8. Looking for another one if he wins stage 2, which will end on lap 50. That's 14 laps from now. He is the playoff point leader, and if he wins this race, he'll earn an extra 5, which will really give him great odds to make it to Homestead. So for that 23, he knows he's going to advance. He knows he's going to advance to the round of 8, and he's playing out the round of 8 right now before it even starts, trying to earn as many playoff points as possible. There are 6 possible points left to earn, one of them coming in 12 laps. Meanwhile, Turner has gotten back around Smith. Lacko, I don't know why I keep saying Turner. Lacko back in 2nd. Smith 3rd, Turner 4th, Knifley in 5th. Kaczynski 6th, Franklin behind him in 7th, Yates 8th, Schenk 9th, and Coatney 10th. Battle for 3rd, Coatney inside of Smith with a bunch of black cars in front of them. Do I decide to say Coatney? Turner inside of Smith. Why can I never get Turner's name right? Side by side, but now Turner going to get slowed by the 95 of Chun, and looks like Turner will clear for 3rd. Smith now in 4th. Ten to go in stage 1, in stage 2, coming to 9 to go this time by. McGuckian, his lead was 3 seconds, now it's about 2 seconds. And Lacko was faster that lap. Lacko did come into this race 7th in points. One spot ahead of the bubble driver Smith. But he's not worried. He finished second in stage 1. Probably going to finish 2nd in stage 2 as well, at least. And just can't have a terrible finish, and he should advance to the next round. The gap's still closing, but 7 to go in stage 2. We expect pit stops to happen right after stage 2, as that's when they happened after stage 1. Stages 1 and 2 are the same distance, 25 laps. Let's get an update on Miller and Schenk, or on Simeon rather. Miller in 17th, right behind Hoffman, who is running 16th, and Simeon in 18th. So as of right now, Miller should be good to advance, assuming that someone like Yates or Franklin doesn't win the race. Kaczynski. Five to go. McGuckin was a little faster that lap. Turner also seems to be closing the gap on the leaders. Probably not going to get there before the end of the stage, but trying to be a contender for the end of the race. The gap now exactly 1.5 seconds. We had our closest finish in the history of this series at Rockingham. That race was about a month ago. That was between McGuckin and Smith. The gap was 1,000th of a second. It was the last lap pass. Smith got the win. That probably is the greatest race of the season so far. In fact, currently our top 3 finishes of the season. First place is Rockingham, we just talked about. Second place was California, which was early in the season. And third place was the first Michigan race. Those are the top 3 races of the season currently. We still have 5 more races to finish. And coming down to the wire when it comes to the championship, final lap in stage 1. Coming up on a bunch of lap traffic, but won't be a problem this lap. McGuckin, the stage 1 winner, looking for another playoff point. That'll come in the round of 8, and he's going to get it. McGuckin wins stage 2. Lacko 2nd, Turner 3rd, Smith 4th, Knifley 5th, Kaczynski 6th, Franklin 7th, Schenk 8th, Yates 9th, and Coatney 10th. Planning on seeing pit stops here soon. Haven't seen any cars go down yet. Pit window about 27 laps. And we are coming to 30 to go. Well, we are in 30 to go now. So depending on when we see these cars pit, I doubt we'll see a fuel mileage race. This should be the final stop, but it will be kind of close. No cars on the pit road yet. Here comes Smith down pit road, completing 53 laps. Coatney in the 78 also on pit road right now. So final stop of the day, most likely. Could be a fuel mileage race, but I doubt it. But you never know. Smith coming down, gonna take 4 tires, I expect. Coatney in the 78 also on pit road. So the money stop, Smith comes out. Quick stop for him. Quick stop for Coatney. Here's Franklin in the 88 on pit road. This is a good camera angle. Miller on pit road. Here comes McGuckian, Turner, Knifley, Kaczynski. Whoa, contact between the 23 and 88. Coming onto pit road. How big is the damage on the 23? Will they have to work on it? That was a pretty hard hit. They get the 23 back out there. Let's get another look at that. Coming into his pit box as the 88 comes out. 88 did have a pretty slow stop. We'll see how that affects him. Yates coming out off of his stop. Turner, slow stop for the 98. Oh man, this is very bad for Turner. Here's Lacko coming on the pit road. Turner had a pit issue yesterday at Talladega. And also a couple days ago, I think it was at Dover. That 98 car still on pit road, gonna go several laps down. Finished 4th in stage 1, 3rd in stage 2. Came into this race with a bit of a gap. We'll see how this affects him in points. And this definitely is lighting the faces of Franklin, Yates, Kaczynski. McGuckian does cycle out as the leader. 4 seconds is his lead. Smith in 2nd. Lacko 3rd. Knifley 4th. Kaczynski 5th. Franklin 6th. Coatney 7th. Schenk 8th. And battling for 9th is Yates and Helmenthaler. Looks like Helmenthaler's going to take it, and Yates 10th. We see Simeon in 15th. Miller now in 17th. We still see the 98 on pit road. He is currently 4 laps down, still going several laps down. And yeah, it's not going to be a good race for him. Here he is changing tires now. He's going to get back on the track and just run the laps down. Three of the last 4 races, Turner has had an issue with his car. Talladega wasn't so bad. He got out, he was a lap down the whole race, but still got a solid finish, 24th I believe it was. But he now is 39th, 5 laps down. came into this race with a 33-point gap. He did earn points in stages 1 and 2, that helped him, but has to make sure that someone like Kaczynski, he's currently running 5th, doesn't want him to go any further than that. He is 10 seconds behind the leader and not going to win this race unless a caution comes out. Or fuel mileage, like we said, but we doubt that will happen. Battle for second, Lacko inside of Smith. Lacko gonna take second back, but McGuckin has a 7-second lead. He's out there in his own world, 15 laps to go at Kansas. This would be his 8th win of the season if he wins. And another 5 playoff points to add to his massive playoff point count. His massive playoff point count, which will come into effect in the round of 8. That will start Thursday. We will not have a race tomorrow. Thursday at Martinsville will be the first race of the round of 8. Friday will be Texas, and Saturday, Phoenix. Those 3 races will decide the championship 4, with the championship race on Sunday at Homestead, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, to crown our Season 11 champion. Right now there are still 12 drivers who have a chance at doing that, but after the end of the race, that number will go down to 8. Apologies, I just got interrupted. But let's get back up to business. We are at 10 laps to go. McGuckin over an 8-second lead. Lacko is in 2nd. Smith is 3rd. Knifley in 4th. Kaczynski 5th. Franklin 6th. Helmenthaler up to 7th. He had a slow start, but worked his way up towards the end. Coatney is 8th. Yates in 9th. And Schenk in 10th. Our other chase drivers, there's Turner in 39th, several laps down. Simeon is in 14th, and Miller just went a lap down. He is 16th. There's Hoffman running 15th. Made the chase, was eliminated in the round of 16. Very consistent season for him. Just hasn't had enough races running towards the front. 15th place is about where he's been most of the season. That seems to be about his average running spot. And we talked about his consistency. Meanwhile, big jumble. 4-way battle for third. And Kaczynski is one of them. Not sure how this will affect Turner. I'm going to go ahead and do the math right now. So Turner came in this race with a 33 points ahead of Kaczynski. In the first stage, that number went up to 36. After the second stage, that number went up to 39. So the gap now 39 points, and Turner gonna finish 39th, which does mean that Kaczynski must win. Third place is not gonna be enough. And definitely not gonna be enough for Franklin, Yates, or Simeon as well. They must win if they're going to advance, otherwise they're out. If I did the math right. But not looking like it's going to happen. McGuckian takes 4 to go, about to put Simeon on the lap down. Simeon just has not had a good round. Did not have a good finish at Las Vegas. Crashed at Talladega. And 13th is not bad, but not good enough today at Kansas. 3 laps to go. Taking a look at this battle is Knifley and Smith side by side for third, with Kaczynski and Franklin behind. And lap car Rick in front of them. Still side by side with Knifley on the outside. So this round is over unless something happens in these last laps, such as Lacko or Smith crash or blow an engine. We are on the white flag. 1 lap to go for McGuckian with a huge lead. Advanced to the round of 8. This will be his 8th win of the season, and he will also earn 5 points. Playoff points, earning all 7 possible playoff points, which all 7 of those will give him 7 more points for the round of 8. He's going to win at Kansas. 8th win of the season for that 23 car. Lacko finishes 2nd, Knifley 3rd, Kaczynski 4th, Franklin 5th, Smith falls to 6th, Helmenthaler 7th, Yates 8th, Schenk 9th, and Coatney 10th. We'll go ahead and update the points, show you who's in and who's out. Eighth win of the season for McGuckian. We'll see him in the round of 8 as the round of 12 is concluded. Here are the full results. Turner finishes 39th, 5 laps down. I don't think that will eliminate him, but we'll see once I add the points. So I'm going to turn the screen off for 1 second. I'll turn it back on as I update the points, but I'm going to leave the microphone off. And you can watch as the points are updated. Oopsie snaps. Let us figure out who's going to advance to the round of 8 and who is out. About to update the points. And here we go. Turner does make it, and it is Kaczynski, Franklin, Yates, and Simeon that will be eliminated in the round of 12. It was close. It was only by 4 points, like we said. It was close, but Kaczynski just had to win. Finished 4th. And misses by 4 points. So McGuckin, Helmenthaler, Lacko, Coatney, Smith, Miller, Knifley, and Turner. They are the 8 drivers that will advance to the round of 8, and they will battle it out in the next 3 races. That will be Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix, to decide the 4 that will advance to Homestead. Oops, I accidentally made these 2000. Here are the points on how they will start this race, this round with. It will be McGuckin with a 66-point advantage, Knifley and Miller both with the fewest playoff points, 8 each. And they will start at the bottom and have to work their way up. They're already 20 points out below the bubble, but we have 3 races. And we'll see you, there's no race tomorrow. We'll see you Thursday at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Time to begin our round of 8 and our battle for a seat in the championship 4.